You feel me? Mic check, mic check, mic check. We live, we live, we live. My apologies, man. I thought my mic was on, man. Monday check-ins. My apologies, guys. How was you guys Mondays? Hope you Mondays was phenomenal. Hope your weekend was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? As we indulge into today's, you understand? Back to the plantation mentality, man. Whether it's school, whether it's work, you know what I'm saying? Like we right back to it. Um, a lot of times, sometimes, we all feel like we suffering from the Zoonism. Those that don't know what Zoonism is just doing the same repetitive cycle over and over and over and over and over again. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys. When I got up today, you know what I'm saying? It was one of those, here we go again. You feel me? I'm about to go get on vacation, and then from this vacation, man, I'm about to make a decision that's gonna, change everything. You know what I'm saying? But just being in that space, man, just waking up, doing the same repetitive nonsense, man. I'm not gonna lie, man. Sometimes it really gets frustrating. You know what I'm saying? You really get annoyed. Sometimes I wish we could just all be sitting on millions of dollars, and not even sitting on millions of dollars, man. I just wish we was all free back in the days, like how it was in the days of old, man. You know what I mean? Where, the objective was to make sure that your only role and responsibility was to maintain your land, maintain your house, maintain your family. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about having the riches and stuff like that, man. These people created this mechanism, man. You know what I'm saying? And it shows, and we all suffering because of it, bro. And it's annoying. Not gonna lie. So that's why I had to just, start doing these Monday check-ins, have a conversation with the people, see where you guys at mentally, see where you guys at emotionally, see what you guys at spiritually. The goal is to always keep everything at bay, always in control, you know, never let the emotions get the best of you. And speaking of emotions, shout out to the sis. We was having a conversation, and she thought that men should have emotions, and I had to let her know that having emotions in today's climate is the worst thing to do. Having emotions, period, in this climate, this captivity is the worst thing to do, right? Because when you have emotions, it shows signs of weakness. You understand? When these people gathered us up, we didn't have emotions. Matter of fact, we was not even allowed to have emotions. You just couldn't afford it. You couldn't afford to cry and shed tears. You understand? And when you look at today's times and where we're living in the times where everybody is emotional. Everybody's in their feelings. Everybody feels some type of way. Everybody feels disrespected. Everybody's feeling something. And then it's like, fam, you know, that mindset is not the mindset to be in when you're living in today's climates. Today's climates can't afford anybody to be in a state of emotions, because your emotions will cause you to make foolish decisions, will cause you to crash out, will cause you to get in trouble. You can't afford to have emotions. And when I explained to her why you can't have emotions, she understood where I was coming from. You see, you gotta always remember, guys, that we are in a battlefield. This is a war zone. This is not this is not peace homes and chicken and grits. You understand? This is, oh, tomorrow somebody might just do something and just, you understand? We are in that space. We're not in a space of comfort and peace. You understand? And they have broken us down to the point where we have embraced the servitude, you know what I'm saying? Like to the point where we do things to get a head nod and approval and a smile from these people. It's like, yo, man, for all that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, man, like listen, and you know, I don't want to speak about me, but you know, listen, man. Sometimes you gotta stand on business, man, and let that just be that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my business. That's my job. You feel me? And I'm not trying to break out of that to please anybody or anyone. You know what I'm saying? Because when you start doing that, you get yourself out of the space of who you are and where you're supposed to be at. You understand? And for me, as a black man, as an individual that's very aware of the shenanigans and the bullshit that goes on in this world, especially in America, I ain't running around here looking to be all glitz and glamour. You understand? Like, I'm not looking for acceptance. And that's an issue that we have as black people, man. We keep looking for acceptance. Acceptance into what? Acceptance into who? For who? You would never be accepted, my guy. You would never be accepted, shorty. No matter what you do, no matter what you say, you would never be accepted. You just won't. And the reason that is because of how you was brought here. Remember, the laws that was written, whether it was updated or created after, the laws that was written wasn't designed to protect you. It was literally put in place to control and take advantage of you. You can't, nobody can deny that. You can't deny that. And because of that, you gotta literally be on your P's and Q's. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be on your P's and Q's. You got to stop trying to please individuals and start focusing on what you need to focus on and remembering what you need to remember. I don't understand how come we as people are forgetting that. You know what I'm saying? Like we shouldn't be forgetting that at all, actually. We shouldn't be forgetting that at all. And it seems that we have forgotten. We seeking validations, we seeking acceptance. You will never be accepted. It is what it is. You literally have to be in the mindset of, I'm just doing a service. I'm just doing a job. I'm just doing what my slave master told my ancestors to do, which is just be on a state of servitude and keep it pushing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it pushing. It's not there's nothing that you can do at the moment other than that, bro. Just be in that state of mind and just do what you got to do. Stop looking for acceptance. You will never be accepted. The system is designed for you not to be accepted. You can't just get up and live anywhere. You can't just get up and buy land. You can't do nothing. Everything has to be an approval by them. You know what I'm saying? The system is rigged, and we know that. And if the system is rigged, and we see that the system is rigged, you understand? Why are we still trying to find some way to be accepted by these people? These people will never accept you. You understand? You go into a neighborhood where you're not allowed and see if they're gonna embrace you with open arms. You know what I'm saying? They don't have the same mentality that we have. What's up, my guy? You know I'm driving, so you know my eyes on the road while the camera is focused on me. You know what I'm saying? But the acceptance is a big issue within the black and brown community. Every time I look around, bro, it's like we giggle a little harder. You know what I'm saying? We laugh at the jokes that's not even funny. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, and you could tell that joke is, you know what I'm saying? You could tell that joke, you could tell that laugh was a forced laugh. And we do that because, again, we trying to be accepted, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you got to come into that reality and understanding that you will never be accepted no matter what you do, bro. No matter what you do. The minute that you feel like you dare, the minute that they feel like you think that you dare, they're going to give you a reality check. What you think they did to P. Diddy, man? What you think they did to Diddy, man? Did he suffering because of what? Because he thought he was bigger than who he really thought he was. I did a whole live talking about that. Shout out to Mike Epps. He told you, he said, yo, son, we still in the plantation. I don't know where you guys thought or what you thought, you know, what was running through your minds, but in reality, we still in the plantation. And back in the days, you was getting hit with whips and chains. Now, how we show off ourselves with whips and chains. Nothing never changed. It's never changed. It's just a different approach. Because they broke you psychologically. They know mentally you have been destroyed. Why do I have to continue whipping you? Why do I have to continue violating you? We know what we need from you. We know how to make you less of who you are. And again, you know, and I don't want to, you know, and I don't want to tune my own horn and you know, be a repetitive speaker. But I told you guys over and over again, man. Slavery ended once they knew that they had us under control through religion. This is facts. Go look it up. I have the paperwork. You know what I'm saying? I have the origin of all these religions. All these religions started in 1800s. Slavery was abolished in 1800s. Okay? You guys thinking slavery was abolished because Abraham Lincoln wanted the greater good of humanity? Absolutely not. It's not what happened. It's another fairy tale. It's another historical lie that was told to make them seem bigger, stronger, more humane than they actually are. This is facts, guys. This is not me making shit up. These are the facts. You understand? And once you understand that and you see that, you know, the objective is to move accordingly. You understand? The system was never designed for your freedom, guys. The system doesn't function if there's no slaves. The system was literally put together for white power to overshadow black slaves. That's just what it was. Okay? And you still in the plantation. You think that I'm lying? Like I said earlier, you can't just get up and go live anywhere. But they can. You can't just get up and say, you know what? I'm tired of living here. I'm tired. No. Matter of fact, you got to ask them for permission to leave. You got to ask them for permission for vacation. You got to ask them for permission to do anything. Being with your family, you got to ask for permission. Yo, I just want to spend some time with my children, you know, be on vacation for like a couple of days. You know, I'll be back. They, you know, oh, we'll prove that. Like literally. You giving birth, you gotta have approval by them. Oh, well, you know, you're required to work until you like 30 weeks. 30 weeks. Literally, you required to work until you at the end of the crossroads. 30 weeks. I can't make this stuff up. I can't make it up. 30 weeks. You understand? It's a sad feeling. It's a sad day that we as people don't even see that. You know? But again, these niggas got us where they want us because they broke us. They broke us. When religion was put together, I'm talking about all the religions, from the Mormons to the Jehovah's Witness to the Protestants. All of these things was literally put together in 1800s, somewhere in the 1800s. And once they established that and they seen that they got the people where they wanted them, they let slavery go. Not because of no war, no civil war, and all that. All that is lies, bro. All that is lies. That war has nothing to do for freeing the slaves. You think Europeans will fight for you? My nigga. My niggas. Y'all niggas gotta be crazy. You think the system will fight for you? So they ask yourself this question. So they fought for you, they got you here, but yet look how you still being treated. You really believe that that's what they did? Come on, man. We can't be this naive. Ain't nobody was fighting for nobody, pimping. Nobody was fighting for nobody, pimping. Nobody was fighting for nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nobody was put in place to fight for anybody, bro. There's place where that you believe in that story just like you believe in that a European is coming from the skies to redeem you. I don't understand how people really still stuck until this into this fugazi. You understand? You guys are waiting for a kingdom that is already here. The kingdom of Jesus is here. Don't you guys are reading the book of Matthew's wrong. When it says you shall be persecuted for my name's sake, the persecution was literally executed. What you think happened to the Africans? What you think that happened to the Tahinos? What you think happened? You think these niggas came here and they bought the new thing? No, them niggas came here, you rejected Jesus, you got your head chopped off. This is facts. This is not me making shit up. This is facts. Fast forward to today. You see a lot of black and brown people waking up. You see a lot of people tapping into their spirituality, want that. You see a lot of our people no longer want to go to church on Sunday. You see a lot of our people no longer want to listen to the synagogues and all of this nonsense. You see a lot of our people reading books about Haitian spirituality, Jamaican spirituality, learning about the Tahinos, learning about the Arawaks, learning about all of these, all of these tribes before the arrival of Columbus, before the arrival of Christianity, before the arrival of all religion. You seeing our people on that type of time. That frequency is on high right now. It's on high. And when they see that, these people are not budging as far as not accepting their ideology, what you think is gonna happen, bro? What you think is gonna happen? What you guys thought when they said they was gonna make America great again? Like honestly, what you guys really thought when they told you that? America is gonna be great once they see that you are under their complete control. They don't care for you guys to be slaves the way that you guys think it is. It's deeper than that. It's much more deeper down that rabbit hole than you think it is. This is they want you in a state of ignorance. No. The issue is gonna come when brothers is no longer accepting their gods. When no brothers and sisters is no longer accepting their gods. That's where the issue resides. Wait, you're not following me? The church numbers is super low. In 2025, the church numbers is beyond low. Probably the lowest it been since the beginning of churches been forced upon black people. Church numbers is super low. Super low. No matter where you go, you can drive by any church. If you find 100 people coming out of there, then these niggas, well, okay, let me take that back. The mega churches is still fully functionable, which is crazy. But the regular Joe Smo churches, the little dad and mom churches, all them shits is, man, them things is dying out by the day, bro. Every day is another black person, especially the youth, the young black youth waking up to the reality like, nah, this shit ain't it. Nah, my grandmother was serving this and she ain't get nothing out of that. A lot of us is on that type of time. I'm on that frequency. Like, hold on, wait a minute. You understand? I know people that was keeping the commandments, doing all of that, man. Them niggas died in pain and agony. I just lost a brother the other day. You feel me? Look, literally the other day. Last week, Saturday, I lost a brother. And guess how he died? And this was a man that devoted himself to the religion, devoted himself to the ideology, kept the commandments, thought he was a Hebrew, was doing everything you could ever imagine a black person to do. No longer here. And not only did he leave, my man's left this earth in the worst way. My man's left this earth in the worst way. You understand? I mean, in the worst way. Man left this world with a disease that requires him to cut his hair off and receive some level of treatment, bro. Come on, man. In the worst way. Then you gotta ask yourself like that. So if I'm doing everything according to God, and God said if you do this, this is what you're gonna get in return, then my nigga, why am I leaving this earth like that? Why am I not leaving the earth in peace? Why I'm not dying with my eyes closed and happiness? Why all of this? Why is it like this? Come on, man. You guys gotta make this make sense, bro. That's all I tell people. Just make it make sense. It's not adding up. And when I started seeing shit was not adding up, and I started putting the pieces together, it made me dive even deeper. Say, hold on, man. I can't just accept these face value information anymore. I gotta start going deeper. I gotta start listening to people that was, go diving deeper. Individuals like, Jordan Maxwell, who literally dove so deep and uncovered so much that these niggas literally ruined this man's life, man. So this nigga was living in a little tea hut. You know what I'm saying? His wife divorced him. You know what I'm saying? That man left this earth with absolutely nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's his family. It's his family's friend. I think his children who's maintaining his estate and keeping his estate afloat. And when you go on his website, you know what I'm saying? When you go on his website, you guys will be shocked to see the things that you see. You understand? And I'm talking about everything. Is it all because they're trying to convert people like the movie? Yeah. Listen, people, the Matrix is religion, guys. The Matrix is religion, bro. Watch the movie. Yo, Cal, watch the movie thoroughly. Watch it thoroughly, right? Watch it thoroughly. And then you might have to take notes down. And I find it crazy that these movies, when it's exposing religion, always got Keanu Reeves in it. I just realized that. Watch that movie, then watch John Wick. John Wick lets you know without a shadow of a doubt who's running the world. Without a shadow of a doubt. John Wick. Watch that movie, bro. Watch from the very first one all the way to the last one. Watch that movie. You will see that religion is the foundation of it all. Watch that movie, bro. Absolutely. Watch that movie, guys. Just watch that movie. You guys will be shocked. Listen, I tell you guys this all the time, man. All the time. They the ones that told you that there's no such thing as religion and state. That's a lie. That is a lie. All these shits is hand in hand, side by side, bro. That is a lie. All of them is hand in hand, side by side, bro. I tell you guys these things all the time. Every single thing that you're witnessing has to tie back to some Abrahamic ideology, bro. Hold on, Cal. Let me, as soon as I pull up. And as you can see, they I don't know what I did, I don't know what I said, but you obviously can see that they're shadow banning me again. I don't know what I did. I've been very polite, haven't attacked anybody or anyone, but you see, this is what they do. Every time somebody brings forth, you know what I'm saying, information, this is what happens. This is what happens. It's a recurring situation over and over and over again. I can't make this stuff up, man. That's how you know what I'm saying be factual, bro. That's how you know the things that I be saying be true. Because you see, you see that I don't disrespect anybody, but the knowledge and the wisdom is not supposed to be told by somebody like me. You understand? The knowledge and the wisdom is not supposed to be told by somebody like me. And I'm not even into the religion stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I done left that joint alone. And he had to whoop their ass and regroup and form his own thing. Listen, man. Yo, Cal, man, you've been rocking with me for a long period of time. You know I don't be going off. I don't be disrespecting. I don't be violating. I don't be doing nothing. I just simply tell you guys the facts, bro. The facts. I don't operate on belief anymore. That belief aspect, that belief mentality, that joint is out the window, bro. It's over for that. You feel me? Everything has to stand on facts. Everything has to tie with evidence. Everything has to make sense. If it's not making sense, that means it's not making dollars. Then that means I can't holler. You understand? It's not. And these people know exactly what it is, bro. I know sometimes these niggas wake up like, yo, how the heck do he know what he knows? How? How? And I'm going to tell you how I know what I know. For one, of course, is reading and studying. But for two, breaking out of the matrix, which is denouncing all Abrahamic religions. That's number two. And number three, seeing how everything has to line up with how the universe functions, bro. And I'm going to give you an example. What I mean by that is, right? Everything has a universal order, right? For example, you have man and woman, right? You have man, woman, child. You have the sun, the moon, the stars. You understand? Everything needs, a plant needs sunlight and water to survive, right? Humans need water and food to survive. Everything is the same pattern. When every time you see the pattern gets out of whack and is out of order, your body tells you that. You know that. You can feel it. You can sense it. Your spider senses kick in, and it's like, hold on, wait. This is not adding up. This is not making sense. From that moment, that's when you know certain things ain't right. Then the goal is to put the pieces where it needs to be. Then once you're able to put the pieces where they need to be, then you're able to understand what the heck is really going on, right? When you see that people is invested in the MAGA hats, right? Making America great again. When you see people is invested in the ICE and what they got planned for, you know, they telling you that they're here to remove the illegals. It's not what that is. That's all a front. That's all for camera. It's not what they're here to do, bro. They're here to implement a universal government control that if you violate, you being removed. That's going on. You thinking that I'm lying? Then you will see it. You will be able to see it. You ever notice you never seen no ICE in the Jewish communities? You never seen the ICE in the Arab community? You telling me that all these people was here with papers? Come on, man. Can't make this shit up. It's easy to point the fingers at the Hispanics because that was always the agenda, bro. The agenda was to have people look at, oh my gosh, yeah, man, these people, these illegals are taking the jobs and they're doing this and they're doing that. But who's hiring them? How are they taking the job and who's hiring them? Isn't it that your own? Who's putting them in position? It's you guys. Because you could have easily said, you know what, I don't want to hire a Mexican. I'm just going to get me some white folks. It's easy. It's easier to say, I don't want to hire them. I want to get me some black folks. They don't do that because the goal was to set the stage for what they need you to see. It's psychological, bro. Their rise to power is destroying psyche. You have to make these things make sense. Follow the rabbit hole, bro. This all you gotta do, just walk. Don't run, walk. Because if you run, you might miss your exit. Never run to the tunnel, bro. You gotta walk that joint. Metaphorical, let that sink in. You never run, bro. You gotta walk that joint because you will be able to see what you need to see and you'll be able to get out that exit when you need to get out, bro. This is how shit works, bro. Can't make this stuff up. You guys know this. It's there for you, right there for you to see. All you got to do is just take the time out, relax, calm down, and just observe. If it does not go in line with how the universe functions, then something is not right, bro. The world is in the conditions that it's in. Look at, we are in November. Look, I'm outside with a sweater on. We are in November, the end of November. You know why? Because something is off, and you guys know what's off. Of course, it's mental, psyche, mentals, all of that falls under one umbrella, bro. Once you able to break through that and you see it for what it is, it's going to start making sense. Shit don't make sense to you guys because a lot of you guys are still distracted. Not saying you, Cal, but saying the overall aspect of our people. Everybody is distracted into something. We are engaged. We're giving our energy. That this is the one thing that you control is your energy. And we're giving that off to numerous of foolish nonsense that doesn't make that doesn't make sense. That's not even worth our time. But we give it that because when you are individuals that have nothing, you want to gain something, you want to invest into something, and you want to suppress the trauma. Like I said, as a life coach, the goal is to not suppress the trauma. We got to dive head first into the trauma. Pause. Because that's the only way we're going to fix it. You can't suppress it. You can't have a drug habit. You can't have a drinking habit. You can't have the fear of this and the fear of that. We all got trauma. I got trauma. But we have to address it and face it head on in order to fix it. But in reality, guys, the issues that's at hand, the issues that's upon us is this religious aspect, of course. You know what I'm saying? Is not paying attention, not following the divine order, allowing the spirit of this world to overtake you who's connected to the solar universe from your soul. I say this all the time. There's a big difference between the soul and the spirit. Don't let these niggas give you a dictionary and give you a definition because a lot of you guys like to run to the definition. Okay, so if the spirit and the soul is the same thing, in your own entire book, they tell you to live in the spirit, but in the day of judgment, your soul is what's going to be judged. I can't make this stuff up. They're telling you. But when you are individuals that have nothing and don't know nothing and are a slave, like remember people, you are a product, you are property. This is why police are here. Police, when you look up the definition of police jobs, rules and regulations is to uphold and protect the slave master's property, which is you. That's why your last name has to go in line with your slave owner. That's why you get taxed every time because you have to pay. These niggas, you ever heard the say old money? Anybody that's telling you that they have old money, these are the people whose family comes from the plantation. These people will never be broke. I'm seeing individuals come to New York, living in places you would never imagine. And where they from? Oh, I'm from Kentucky. I'm from Alabama. You from Alabama and you come to New York City where the cost of living is 10 times more. It doesn't bother them because they got that old money. That old money is what they use. Never go broke, bro. Never. Anytime you bring forth a child on this earth, you sign that birth certificate. That birth certificate and that child takes on that last name. That last name, whoever owns that last name owns you. That's money for them. Property, bro. You are a property. They wrote the Bill of Rights to keep you calm because they didn't want you to go crazy and destroy this place called America. They didn't want that. They didn't want their number one investment to go down the drain. That's why they gave you that. They never gave it. Listen, like I tell black people, when I hear black people say, man, I'm protected by the Constitution. Who? The Constitution protecting who? The Constitution will never protect you, sir. The Constitution was never written for you, my guy. The Constitution was written for the slave owners. It was written for rich white men. That's what the Constitution was written for. Rich white men. In fact, it was rich white men that wrote the Constitution. When the Constitution was written, guess what, people? You guys was never in mind. Newsflash. You guys was never in mind, never a thought. The 13th Amendment, the Bill of Rights and all that bullshit, that was created to keep you guys at bay. This is fact. This is not no lie. It was written to keep you guys at bay. That's why you see police come and they violate you right on camera. They'll violate you right on camera, unalive you right on camera, and get nothing wrong other than a desk. They take them off the streets and put them behind a desk for a short period of time because they didn't break the law. They didn't break the law. They didn't break the law. You are property. You are a property. Police is there to protect the slave master's property. That's why you see more police in the hood than you see them in European neighborhoods, Arab neighborhoods, Chinese neighborhoods. You'll see them in the hood. It's not by coincidence. Wake up. Wake up and smell the Kool-Aid. This is as factual as it can be. Like I said, we stand on facts. This is not no belief. We over the state of belief. The belief is, listen, the last person that believes something end up in jail. Okay? We're not moving on belief. You got to stand on facts. Even the person that you believe in Jesus, his belief got him unalive. Let's just call it for what it is. Huh? Make it make sense. Your property. You will never have any acceptance, any position, anytime you see a black person in that position, it's always with an agenda. Always. And we're so psychologically destroyed, they no longer need us. I tell you guys this all the time. The black race has become expendable here in America. Yeah. All related. Come on, man. I can't make this stuff up, bro. Brad related to Barack Obama. No, excuse me. Brad Pitt is related to George Bush. You said these niggas are handpicked, bro. They are handpicked. Everything that's around you, bro, is handpicked. Barack is related to the Bushes. Barack could go back to the Queen of England. I can't make this stuff up. You guys don't understand what the heck is going on. A lot of you guys are still sleeping. You sleeping because of your own ignorance. Some of you guys prefer to be asleep. And yes, I know sometimes it's too much. It's too much for the average brain to consume, but you need to consume that, especially if you're consuming children. If you're producing children, what are you teaching these children? Are you still teaching them the ways of the slaves, or you're trying to get back into the ways of the old? Gain back your soul. You have to gain back your soul in order to gain control. If you don't have control over your soul, you will never be in control. You will never stand on business. You will never be able to elevate. You will never be able to get to the next level. We are stuck. We're stagnant as people. People don't even understand why we're stagnant. Like I said earlier, I got up today and I was like, son, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? Like, here we go again. You know what I mean? It's like, here, we right back into the plantation. Right back to the nonsense. It's like, yo, bro, you don't get a time off. You don't get no days off. You gotta ask. Why you think you gotta ask for vacation time? Why you think you gotta ask for time off? Why you think you gotta let them know you're not coming in? Because you are a slave. You must remember who you are. And sometimes black people be forgetting. They be forgetting. You think these systems, these programs is designed to better you? No, it's designed to keep you in this ignorant state of mind. Stay here, produce children, have these children in this state of mind, and everything's going to be okay. Man, I can't make this stuff up. Keeping you ignorant is the number one policy, bro. Keeping toxic food around you is the number one policy, bro. Number one policy. They know that. Mm-hmm. The Pirates of the Caribbean was based on the Jamaican people. The Jamaican The Pirates of the Caribbean was based on on the Jamaican people that rebelled, right? The people that was taken from the shores of Africa and was being shipped into Jamaica. Why you think what's his name? Why you think Jack Sparrow had dreads? This is Johnny Depp. He had dreads. I can't make this stuff up, man. I like that. I'll do a podcast on that. They say that being stupid is worse than being evil. Hold on. I like that, bro. Yeah, I like that. Let me write that down right now as we speak. I like that. Mm-hmm. Hold on. Podcast topics. Let me see that. They said that being stupid is worse than being evil. I like that. Yo, Cal, appreciate that. Definitely gonna do a podcast on that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I like that. Come on, man. Plaguing off your ignorance. They got to keep you in this state of mind, bro. State of confusion, state of delusion, state of division, bro. When I see black people standing on corners, battling other black people, where we uphold this Abrahamic philosophy and literally denounce your African spirituality. Like, yo, bro, for a fact that what you're going against stuff that your ancestors did, bro. We know that for a fact, bro. For those that don't want to claim Africa, that's fine. Don't claim it, bro. But at least clean back onto the gods that your ancestors was calling on, because it damn sure wasn't Jesus. It damn sure they wasn't saying hallelujah. They damn sure wasn't doing none of that. So if they wasn't doing that, then why are you doing that? You understand? You can't say, yo, son, we black, we black liberals, we trying to, or the FBAs, the foundation of Black America. Like, yo, bro, come on, son. Come on, son. We got black people saying, yo, so we the Moors. How you a Moor and you calling on Allah, man? Come on, son. Make it make sense, bro. How you claiming these things and yet you following their philosophies, bro? Come on, man. You guys gotta make these shits make sense. But yo, man, I'm about to go get this started, man. I want to get this over with, man. You know, I wanted to take my wife out to take her to this jazz thing. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to surprise her, but she got into a little situation and she's not even in the right state of mind right now. So, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we'll do something after. But I definitely wanted to take her to that jazz thing. I wanted to go to the jazz thing, man. And I'm saying, you know, when you work so hard and work so long, sometimes it's just like, oh man, just sit back and unwind. And I mean, this is why I'm trying to get this business up and running where, you know, I be my own boss, set my own time, operate on my own speed. Like, that's what I need. I can't function. Like, I can't work for nobody, bro. This is crazy. Can't. But, yeah, man, just stay tuned, bro. We're gonna talk about it some more later. Like I said, I just finished doing the podcast. While I was leaving was literally I finished the editing. So while I was leaving, I was just saving it into the hard drive. You know, that shit gonna take a minute. When I get home, I'm gonna, you know, put the final touches to it and then ship it out to you guys. You understand? I'm gonna start doing a lot more. My lives moving forward will only be on my phone. I will only do lives on my phone. I'm not gonna be doing lives on a computer anymore because it just takes too much time. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you guys are unappreciative of the works that come on from these lives. So I'm gonna do the lives on my phone. You know what I mean? Whenever I get off this shadow ban, hopefully my numbers go back up where it needs to be. And then yeah, we outside with it. But anyway, it's your brother man from the motherland. Came to you guys live. Like, comment, share, subscribe, join the movement. And I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. I'ma holla. One.